On ESPN 1000 radio in Chicago yesterday and had this to say regarding the possibility of Rodgers returning to the organization.
I just don't see him walking back in the Lambeau field and saying, just kidding, guys, let's go win a championship. He's too dug in. He's too stubborn. I just don't see how you walk this back. I mean, the only way he walks it back is if he realizes that, or believes that public sentiment is against him and he cares about what fans think of him. In terms of that legacy part of it. I guess that's the only way I see him reconsidering.
That is what I have been trying to argue here for a while. All these people saying the Packers are going to wait him out. You can wait an awful long time. This is, and I mean this, in a not necessarily in a negative way. He's the most stubborn NFL player there is. So I don't see him walking back in there either. Jeremy Fowler, what should we be expecting as they have mandatory minicamp next week?
Well, Greeny, as of right now, the Packers are still a bit in the dark as to whether Aaron Rodgers will actually show up for minicamp. And I spoke to a couple league execs this morning who said he might just not because they know he is so dug in. But from what I'm told, the Packers' strategy is still clear-cut. They're actively looking for solutions here. They've looked at ways to potentially amend his contract for better guarantee structures to take the uncertainty of his future out of it. Looking at all options, they don't want to trade him, but they're also prepared to wait this out for the long run because they know, look, if things go really south, and that they have to trade him eventually, that would involve future draft picks that don't even affect this year anyways. So they can wait, and if he doesn't show up, doesn't play, we're talking about signing bonus money forfeited, salary forfeited, $30+ million.
Exactly. They could recoup some of that money. They wouldn't necessarily be any worse off this season, at least on the field as far as roster, and they could wait it out and see if Rodgers caves. So, Bart, I mean, that's really the game of chicken that we're dealing with here. Do you expect Aaron Rodgers at any point under any circumstances to cave?
I mean, I have an out for both of them, right? Because, listen, nobody on this set, no matter how much money you make, are willing to give back $30 million. And remember, that's $30 million that's already been taxed in your bank account, so you're actually giving back more than $30 million. So I think Aaron Rodgers, I think he does show up. But I think the solution to the problem is Aaron Rodgers says, okay, if I come back this year and I play for you, this is my last year, and you're not trading me for anything. I want to be outright released so I can be a unrestricted free agent, and I can choose where I want to go, and any team doesn't have to give up any compensation for me in the future. That's my deal, and you either take it or leave it.
How about you, D. Wood? What is your expectation? I get that thinking. It would involve playing another season and who knows, maybe even winning a Super Bowl. They're that kind of good. What do you think, D. Wood?
Well, I mean, listen, if it's about winning, Greeny, where else?
Offers the best reason yet to believe he isn't done winning Super Bowls. Wait until you hear this. And don't miss Coach K live in 15 minutes on his past, his present, and most importantly, his future. He's coming up as we get up with you, starting right now on a Friday from the Seaport. I'm Greeny. Delighted you've chosen to get up with us. Delighted this cast of characters has chosen to get up with us as well. Damien Woody is not in a good mood on this day. His Lakers are done and he is devastated. Plus, Bart Scott can't wait. Jeremy Fowler ready to go. Let's get to it. We begin with the game of the night. The end of the season for LeBron and the Lakers. They were looking to extend, and they had that man back in the lineup to do it, Anthony Davis, but it wouldn't last long. We're still early in the first. Devin Booker blowing by AD, and you can see Davis is just a shell of himself. Clearly in all kinds of pain, can't get back on defense, and here's the moment where he just knows it is over. Davis goes to the locker room. He would not return. Later in the first, meanwhile, Booker was just unstoppable. He hit 6 threes in the first, tied for the most threes in any quarter in NBA playoff history. That set the tone. Halfway through the second quarter, Suns up 21. That's more from Booker. Suns had a 3-touchdown lead at halftime. 5 minutes to go in the third. Lakers down 15. LeBron not giving up. Taking it strong through the traffic. Staples Center starting to come alive, trying to will the Lakers to a win. They cut it to 13. A buck and a half to go in the third. Lakers down 15. That's LeBron. He would finish with 29. It's a 13-point game to the fourth. Fourth quarter, the lead is 15 points. Chris Paul in total control. knocking this one down. He had 8 points, 12 assists. Lakers needed timeout. Chris Paul can smell it as he walks to the sideline. Under 2 to go. Just watch LeBron. He just knows he's got nowhere to go. The Suns shot 50% from the floor, 51% from 3. Devin Booker, 47 points in the series-clinching win. LeBron and the Lakers are headed home after round 1. Phoenix wins it in 6.
Just wanted to be out there for the team, in a situation when to go home. Obviously didn't want to just lay down and not be able to do what I can. It never really felt good, but like I say, I once God just the competitive nature in me to go out and help the team, as best as I could. My body didn't agree.
It doesn't matter to me as far as, not making it out of the first round. What matters to me is getting this team back healthy. Me not being able to be at my full strength throughout this series, that's my main focus. But, time to readjust and think about what the offseason has in store.
Well, it will be an unusually long offseason, and we're going to have complete coverage throughout this morning. Stephen A. is going to join us, and Zach Lowe and Big Perk is going to be here in just a minute. We're having a little technical issue with him, but I have to start, Damien Woody, with you. I see the look on your face. What is your reaction to the Lakers going out in round 1 last night?
First of all, Bart needs to chill with all that hooting and hollering over there because of my Lakers. But, man, it's devastation, Greeny. It really is, man, because, you're coming off the championship last year, and then obviously you see what a team where both of his superstars are not 100% looks like, going against a Phoenix Suns team that has a lot of firepower, a lot of young firepower, and led by Chris Paul, the veteran at the point guard position. And I mean, Greeny, I actually saw this coming a mile away, man. I just figured Anthony Davis was going to try to go, but, I mean, listen, big guys don't tend to get healthy when they're always hurt. And, it's a situation where LeBron would have to put up a Herculean type of effort, but it didn't matter in the end because the Phoenix Suns just had too much firepower.
Well, you just touched on it. And, Bart, I hear you talking about the NBA on your radio show literally every single day. And if there's one thing all football players know, it's injury. And I guess my question, Bart Scott, is looking ahead for LeBron and his chances of getting back to a championship. Is Anthony Davis just too injury prone to be depended upon to be the guy to help him do it?
Yeah, he's Samuel L. Jackson and Unbreakable, man. He's Mr. Glass. He's always hurt. And listen, he's too young to be hurt like this often, Greeny. And you need, right now, LeBron's later stage in his career, he needs to be Shaq, right? He needs to be Shaq going into the Miami Heat with Flash. He needs his young superstar to carry him. And LeBron, at this point in his career, needs to be great in spurts. He shouldn't be forced to have to carry a team right now, and that's the problem that's going on. Anthony Davis is not reliable, and that's what they have to really figure out. And LeBron, the general manager, outsmarted himself because he had some players last year that really would have helped. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, trading them in for Gasol and Drummond just hasn't worked out, Greeny, and LeBron has to take responsibility for that because Danny Green spaced the floor. He has nobody to space the floor, no shooters. Struder didn't show up. Caldwell Pope didn't show up. Caruso didn't show up. And LeBron is the one that's responsible for that because he's the one that handpicked these players. And at this point in this stage in his career, he needs a better supporting cast.
I guess that is the question of the day. However it is you want to phrase it, Damien Woody, when they win, LeBron gets the credit. Now they lose. How much of the blame do you think belongs with him?
Well, it's like any really good quarterback, Greeny. Just like you said, when LeBron wins, we shower praise on LeBron. When he loses, when the quarterback loses, a lot of blame goes on the quarterback as well. In this particular situation, I get it. LeBron has been hurt. We all know about the injury that plagued him during the regular season. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron James. We have so high expectations for LeBron James. And what I was expecting, and I think what a lot of people was expecting, again, was a Herculean effort. You're going into an elimination game against the Phoenix Suns in the first round. We didn't need the facilitator LeBron. We needed the LeBron James that could dominate a game and will his team to the next game. But we just didn't get that, whether it be injury or whatever the case may be. So yes, there's going to be a lot of hate on LeBron today. And, I can't say that I'm against it, to be honest with you.
All right, final thought.
So here's the thing, right? Like LeBron didn't run into his equal as far as a athletic ability when you think about him and Chris Paul. What he ran into is an equal leader who's able to facilitate and understand the game and be able to take control of the game. It's not about Chris Paul. We're not going to look at his numbers and say, oh, Chris Paul's look at what a great game he has. What he does is he manages the game. He understood when they had that run how to slow the game down, slow the tempo down, and be able to get some pivotal baskets to put the game away when LeBron was trying to play hero ball and they were trying to make a way to come back. Montrezl Harrell coming in and not being able to contribute, LeBron has to take ownership of that as well because that was a bad pickup.
Oh, by the way, Chris Paul had Devin Booker on his side last night, who scored 47 points.
Coming out party, Greeny.
LeBron's running mate. Injury prone, to say the least. All right, again, we are waiting to get Kendrick Perkins up here, just having some technical difficulties. We'll get him. We'll have Zach Lowe. We have Stephen A. We have Tim Legler. Full coverage of this as the morning continues. But there's also the huge football story today as we keep a close eye on the standoff between Aaron